What's up, people? A little late jumping on the stream tonight, but I was hanging out with my mom earlier today. Got home a little late, and I do all my what was it? Had to do my daily quest: feed the cat, make some food. You know, the good shit. So I finally took a shower, and here I am. I hope you all had a great day like I did. It was easy as fuck. Got everything done, put away. It was great. And I'm gonna roll up a blunt real quick before we get into this game. Hopefully I ain't as dog shit as it was last time. Vaporwave. I fuck with it. That should be enough tree. Put this nugget back. Yeah, I treated my mother and brother out to Hoss's. Pretty good place. I fuck with it. Definitely an old people's place. It was just nice spending time with them. I'm usually on the road or chilling on the computer, so any outside activity's good, I guess. Alright, let's see what the dailies are. Alright. Probably do that. Fuck it. Let me get some dabs in it. Yeah, I bought this new piece. It has a little nectar collector shit in there or whatever. And I forgot to buy the fucking torch. I even got the fucking butane. But not the fucking torch. So, yeah. Don't do drugs, children. They make you forget shit. And one of the best lines I ever heard was, "If I don't remember, it didn't happen." I don't know what you're talking about. That show's comedy gold. Doot doot. Almost there, boys and girls. What I'm saying, I know for a fact it's a strictly male audience. Ain't no bitches gonna be up in here. There we are. Just give it the old tuck and lick, and we'll be good for lighting. I like a nice fresh blunt. They roll pretty easily. Mainly because they stick. You get old dried out blunt breaking, crumbling. Funny thing is, I can roll a blunt, but I can't roll a joint to save my life. bots in the chat. Oh well. I'm a poor man. I ain't buying shit, my friend. Alright. There's a new place. I haven't really discovered shit here. So we'll keep going for a little bit. Where's it? Free loadout all day. All day until I get better. Free loadout that shit. There we go. Well, that's cool to know.
Shani here. Remember, Raider, you can wander around until you stumble upon what you need, or you can learn how to recycle and take matters into your own hands.
First, turn off this music. Let's go.
Power generation complex.
Let's see if we can hear people or find something good. That's really fucking annoying. don't hear no one. This is probably where the fuck I just came from, huh? One is that? Thank you for all, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, I'm trying. I haven't found nobody yet. I'll give him the ribbit. Don't really know too much about this place, 'cause this is my only second time actually playing this. I'm right there with you, bro. So far, I like it. It's awesome. Been getting my ass kicked entirely too much, though. shotguns are. I'm not too sure how good they are.
Hey, don't shoot!
That motherfucker took my ass out. Just as a thank you, I ain't even gonna fucking shoot you, bro. Holy shit, my dog. I need to put this out. Yeah, put this out. Oh, fuck me. Let's see if any nice little helpers will come by and help. Probably not. Yep. Well then, taking each other out. They're fucking each other more up than I did anything. Alright, so shotguns. Alright. Fuck it. And this is why we use the free fucking set. Free until you're good. Thank you. Continue. Raider. Skill tree sucks dick. First one. Where's get my chicken. I need my chicken. Okay, let's just go back in. Just keep going in. Free loadout. Let's see what they give me. Hopefully it's not that one-shot fucking sniper rifle. And it is. Fuck me. Spoke it into existence.
This is Shani. Got your gun ready, Raider. Do keep your wits about you when you take on Ark. Too much noise, and you'll attract unwanted attention. And don't forget to grab the alloy from the machines you bring down.
Let's actually try to get good. Fuck that drone shit. Majority of the time I died is because of the drone. Last time I played. I'm going the opposite way of anything.
Let's go to research and administration.
Oh, that bitch is chasing me down. Fuck that motherfucker.
Friendly. Friendly.
What the fuck? Move, bud, move! Where's the weak spot on this? shoot! I think that might be a trap. But fuck it. Let's see how friendly the community is.
I do not. My first time here. Okay, no worries. Thank you. Yeah.
This community is very nice, apparently. I do not, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Very friendly fucking lobby. I was expecting more of a Rust type toxic community. Everything's looted. Probably get the fuck out of here and go hunt somebody.
Don't shoot!
Very friendly. Anything you're looking for?
The medical room. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People just doing their thing, trying to get the shit done. And I'm over here wanting to be a menace. Let me get the fuck out of here, then actually see what's up. Everything is looted. I guess I got the nice people up.
Can anybody
Did
help?
you have a defib for this guy?
So, alright, either of those two people.
Yeah, that was the asshole. I'm sorry. I don't have a defib.
Okay.
I was running a free loadout. I'm sorry, but
That's okay. Thanks anyways, guys.
That sucks.
yeah, it's so bad. He was cool too. Alright, well, good luck, lady.
Be easy, bro. Free shit. Yep. I need to push with that fucking shotgun, bro. Where'd this cocksucker go? Where you go, bro? You can't just roll up here with a fucking shot, with a fucking shotty, and then roll out. There's a dude up here. Be careful. You fucking douche. broken weapons, okay. We didn't have shit. Let's just try to get out with the shit we got. Fucking drone. Try to go around. Hopefully that fucking drone don't come down here following me. Can get a clean getaway. Doubt it though. I'm fucked. Out of ammo, fuck me. Get that shotgun. Fuck me. And I'm killed. Fuck me. Well, this is a weird predicament, my friend. Appreciate that.
An arc orbiter is en route. Safe window is closing.
I don't know. I just feel I feel like the community is just a little too nice. I feel bad for just shooting somebody. Oh shit, that shotgun was loaded. Alright, let's try something else. Fuck is this? Maybe. Where's the quick use? Alright. 4 of those. Shield recharger. So that's what we need for better shit. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's go hunt people.
Nothing here to see, just box on rails. Raiders, take your seats. Watching by.
I can see this being kind of repetitive after a while. It's like Rust. You have to make it fun. Where the fuck are these people at? In this bitch. Oh, these cops.
Everything looking good. Now head back to Esperanza.
They already left. That's some bullshit. I should get resources too. That sounds so fucked up. Who's following, bro? Misunderstanding, bro. Misunderstanding. I stopped. I stopped at the end there, bro.
How long is it gonna be there? Pretty long. Why is it I don't know, Mom.
Hey. Motherfucker. Scared the shit out of me. Fuck it. Honestly, I figured there'd be like more action. I don't know. I guess this game's just not for me. I gave it a good try. Yeah, I gave that game a try. I just couldn't really get into it. That seems like something I play by myself, not on the stream. I don't know. It's probably funner when you have more people to play with. But either way, it's not my mojo right now.
China is doubling.
China. Alright, let's change this shit. Alright. So, Japan in 1932 was insane. I believe everything in 1932 was a little insane. And probably trying some crack.
15th, 1932, about 6 p.m. Prime Minister Inukai Tsuyoshi, by now 76, preferred talk to action, which is why, as 5 uniformed military
that's what a wise man will say. Talk out. What was it? Use diplomacy before warfare. Now I'm fucking up the quote. I can't think of it right. But anyways, damn, that was a nasty fart. I'm sorry about that. Disrespectful on the stream. But wise men will always want to talk out the problem, see if there's a common ground they can get to a solution. But dumb people that are controlled by their emotions just fuck everything up.
Officers burst into his apartment, guns drawn. He asked them to sit and discuss their concerns. Taken aback, they holstered their weapons and followed the elder statesman to a nearby room, where Inukai invited them to sit on tatami mats and inquired why they were here. To kill him, the leader of the group stated flatly. Inukai chuckled and replied that of course he knew that. But why? Exasperated, the officer insisted that Inukai was ruining Japan by restraining the military from invading China and attacking the United States. Inukai, unsurprised at the young man.
Very short-sighted, because we all see what happened to that. Like, if Japan would have just followed Hitler's plan of attacking Russia while they attacked at the Western Front, it would have fucked a lot of shit up. But they needed their oil, and they truly thought, well, some of the generals truly thought they were superior.
Man's hot-headedness took a deep breath and began to explain that Japan was in no position to... He paused at the sound of someone running and turned his head to glimpse another uniformed officer rushing into the room, knife in hand, shouting, "No use talking! Fire!"
Yeah. Fucking commies did what commies do, bro. Well, they're imperialists, but dumb people do what dumb people fucking always do. He was about to persuade them otherwise and educate them, but another motherfucker ran up and said, "No, don't listen. Shoot. Kill them." Before they could come to common sense, they did some stupid shit.
Months earlier,
Useful idiots.
elsewhere in Tokyo, on February 9th and March 5th,
Usually
two
college
close
kids.
friends, Onuma Sho and Hishinuma Goto, stood waiting. Onuma outside Kumamoto Elementary School and Hishinuma outside Mitsui Bank. Each held a revolver in his pocket, but Hishinuma also possessed two other items. A picture of a man, the business magnate Dan Takuma, and a fragment of paper on which was scrawled the phrase, "Namu Myoho Renge Kyo." They are the words of a Buddhist chant known all too well by Onuma, who spent all day prior to his arrival at the school repeating it in meditation. They learned it together from an obscure, unlicensed priest who taught them, along with a dozen other devoted cultists, that Japan was being consumed by an evil which had to be destroyed. And so,
You got another tale of stupid, impressionable college-age people being influenced by crazy-ass motherfuckers. I like it.
at 8 p.m. on February 9th, when Inoue Junosuke, Japan's former finance minister, stepped out of his car outside Kumamoto Elementary School, and when, a month later, Dan Takuma approached Mitsui Bank, the two young men strode forward, raised their pistols, and...
At least it was quick.
A year later, the cultists, now known across Japan as the League of Blood, stood trial alongside their priest. It was perhaps the highest profile trial up to that point in Japanese history, and when the terrorists explained their motives, the nation listened. They insisted they were acting on behalf of the emperor against a corrupt elite which was robbing the country blind and subjugating his imperial majesty. All they
Is it really that much of a conspiracy theory? Western bankers come over, gunboat diplomacy, forcing shit, demanding banks. I don't know. I just love conspiracy theories. They make me happy.
sought was a restoration of the emperor's power and the glory of Japan. But as the public sympathized with this romanticism, Judge
Doesn't work for the one
Sakamaki
world order.
couldn't care less. They had violated the
new
law
world order.
and murdered fellow citizens. Their motives were irrelevant. Instantly, Sakamaki was blindsided by public outrage, threats, and legal complaints alleging communist sympathies. He delayed the trial, but the deluge continued. So, he finally resigned. His substitute took a different tact, lauding the quote-unquote pure motives of the defendants and sentencing them to life in prison rather than death. In concluding the trial, he remarked that he hoped their sentences would soon be commuted with imperial amnesty. Yet the subsequent trials of Inukai's killers were...
Nah, they batshit crazy and killing people. I could just leave them in life in prison. If they cost too much for the taxpayer, then maybe get the gas.
Or even worse, held across Navy, Army, and civilian courts to try the various conspirators. The most important proceedings were the military courts-martial. After all, these concerned the leaders of the plot and offered a crucial chance to chasten a growing fever of rebellion throughout the armed forces. In the Navy trial, the prosecutor made his position plain, stating,
"No matter what the motive, unlawful action always retains its unlawful character. If for the sake of argument we approved the notion that purity of motive purifies action, then we would give rise to grave dangers and evils which would threaten the future of the state."
The defense disagreed, averring that the murder of the prime minister was
the act of a truly profound and sublime divine providence. The dying man toppled.
That sounds like a batshit crazy douche.
and those who brought his death were destined to pull the trigger. Rather than them pulling the trigger, it was nature that made them pull it.
In other words,
he didn't shoot that motherfucker because he had crazy ideas. He shot that motherfucker because that's just the natural order of life. That's fucking shit. Oh, that's crazy. I wish I could use that defense. You say that, they're probably going to think you're batshit crazy.
it was destiny, a natural manifestation of a pure spirit devoted to the emperor, a sentiment echoed by a top general who declared these officers had not acted
for fame or personal gain, nor are they traitorous. They were performed in the sincere belief that they were for the benefit of Imperial Japan.
Yeah, because they were
Eventually, the
radicalized by a
judge
crazy
more or
fuck.
less concurred, concluding,
Although their criminal culpability is truly significant, the depth of their patriotism must be acknowledged.
in turn, for
Basically, you can kill whoever the fuck you want as long as you say you did it for the Lord Emperor.
the murder of the prime minister and a broader botched coup attempt, the 6 Navy officers were sentenced not to death, nor to life in prison, but to a mere 15 years. Their army accomplices were let off even easier. This was
15
the signal
years,
to
that's
every
still a
ambitious
decent
young
amount.
officer. Plot your coups, carry them out. We will protect you. In truth, civilian government in Japan died in 1932 with Inukai Tsuyoshi. This was just the nail in the coffin. But why were so many military officers so hell-bent on destroying the civilian government? And how did they escape serious punishment?
Well, I believe to that is that a lot of the people in the military were really stricken to this like fantasize of warrior honor or samurai mentality or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and they really loved their honor, and they thought rolling over and seceding in any kind of goddamn way was stain to their country, emperor, and them. So they just went balls deep. That's just an uneducated turd's view of it.
Answers lie in the origin story of modern Japan. A story of how Japan's military got away with terrorizing the country, brazenly murdering elected officials, and in the end, how they seized power and plunged the nation into a massive, devastating war.
They probably would have done a lot better if their Navy and
It's
Army
a story which
actually
begins
liked
in
each
the
other.
1850s, a time when Japan was in a weak position relative to America and Europe, possessing an undeveloped economy and an archaic feudal military. The ruling shogunate, powerless to resist Western pressure, thus accepted a series of
Was that during the time of Speak Softly, Carry Big Stick? I don't know. I'm not really good with my dates. I just know we really tore open a lot of the countries.
unequal treaties, and fear spread that Japan would soon be reduced to a mere vassal of foreign powers. So began a widespread campaign of terrorism carried out by nationalist revolutionaries who, united under the slogan Sonojoi, or Revere the Emperor and Expel the Barbarians, sought to oust the weak ruling shogunate and restore the Emperor Meiji to power. By 1868, they succeeded, and their triumph became known as the Meiji Restoration. Yet many of these revolutionaries had by then shed their xenophobia and adopted Western ideas about governance and modernization.
Which they should. It's always good to level up in the research department. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to stay back in the Stone Age of sticks and stones and fucking swords for the rest of your life when you got the Tommy 2 gun.
Rather than instituting direct
And they really like the fucking train. Like, is it me or they really... The Japanese people really took off with the fucking train design and development. It's just wild.
imperial rule, they established an oligarchy and embraced the so-called barbarians by pursuing Western-style reforms of law, politics, and industry. By 1889, they even went so far as to import a European-style constitution. Modeled after a German example, it hardly drew any inspiration from Japan's history or tradition. And though it appeared to restore the emperor to supreme power in Japan, in effect, it subjected him to a series of bureaucratic systems and procedures.
He's just a figurehead. It's no other way to say he was a figurehead. It's like the king of the UK. What was it, King Charles? I don't fucking know. Either way, fuck that dude.
Preventing imperial rule by decree and entrenching the new oligarchy. Quote-unquote imperial decisions, including military commands, were usually made by a small circle of unelected advisors. For many who still believed in the revolutionary slogan of Sono Joi, this was a bridge too far. This Meiji restoration was a fraud. And so many returned to arms against their former comrades in the government, unleashing a new wave of terrorism, which that same year saw an assassin hurl a bomb at the foreign minister. Afterward,
they really go apeshit with their politics. Like, damn, man. But so they just replace the same douches with more douches, and they go crazy again. That sounds like a lot what we do. Every year, every election season, every election year, we either vote for the giant douche or the giant turd sandwich. Which one do you want? The douche or the turd sandwich?
bomber bowed toward the imperial palace and killed himself. The minister, however, survived and bizarrely eulogized his would-be killer, opining,
"He is truly a wonderful person. I am touched by the bravery, even foolhardiness, of throwing a bomb at myself, the foreign minister."
Because this mentality wasn't foreign to the minister. He too had once been a revolutionary devoted to the precepts of Sono Joi,
That
an
motherfucker-
ominous...
I don't know if he got balls. Like, no. Like, fuck that dude. He tried to kill me. Fuck that motherfucker. He gone. Ha ha. But this man's just like, you have guts to throw a bomb at me. Like, what the hell? Final boss type shit.
Signal that Japan's leaders could tolerate terrorism as long as it had righteous motives. Still, there was one Western concept about which the oligarchs agreed with these radicals. They both hated democracy. However, it seemed to those in charge that a small concession to a sliver of the public could be valuable to solidify their legitimacy. So this new constitution also established a national legislature with the barest democracy possible. Its upper house was hereditary, and less than 1% of Japan's population could vote in the election of the lower house. In turn, this Diet, a German name, introduced a tiny modicum of democracy.
I kind of agree and disagree with that. I believe voting is very important for any style of government, but I don't agree that everybody should vote. Like, not everybody should drive a car. Not everybody should be a cashier. I just feel like not everybody should vote. But it's kind of hard to weed out the dipshits. Well, not really. But then again, I don't know. It's a touchy subject. But I don't know what criteria we need to sort this shit out. I know the basic is like voter ID and fucking shit to make sure you're you and you're a citizen. So I don't want no douchebag from another place voting. But I'm going off topic. Fuck this.
To Japan. Yet what began as a mere inkling soon grew far beyond the expectations of the oligarchs, as members of the Diet's lower house immediately pushed their power over the national budget to the limit, challenging the supremacy of the oligarchs and emperor. In turn, its powers slowly grew. In 1918, a commoner was appointed prime minister for the first time, and with him soon came two crucial reforms that not only strengthened...
I think that's the ultimate disrespect to nobility. When you put a commoner in charge of shit, ain't nothing ruffles an old, angry motherfucker's balls is some commoner coming and telling them what to do.
strengthened the Diet's lower house, but made it far more democratic. The first was the precedent set by his own election, because from then on, prime ministers would largely be drawn from the ranks of the elected members of the Diet or the leaders of elected parties, rather than bureaucrats, aristocrats, and military officers, as was previously the norm. Moreover, government cabinets were also reformed to reflect the Diet's political parties rather than just the old guard. These were serious leaps forward in the democratization of Japan, which, before being cut tragically short in 1932, saw some further crucial advancement in the form of massive suffrage expansions. In 1918, just 5% of the adult population of Japan had the right to vote. To join this small club, you had to be a man, and you had to pay at least 10 yen every year in taxes. But in 1920, the Diet reformed the rules,
That was kinda
doubling
simple.
the population with access to the vote. And just 5 years later, in 1925, Japan finally saw universal male suffrage, this time nearly quadrupling the number of enfranchised citizens to nearly 40%. Suddenly, the Diet was accountable to a huge swath of Japanese society. Its leadership
What was the criteria? I just want to know, like, how simple did they make it?
composed of actual elected representatives. This sea change was summarized in a single groundbreaking word coined by an elder statesman, Minponshuki, meaning roughly the principle of the people as the base. In other words, where political power in Meiji Japan had once flowed from the top down, it was starting fitfully to flow in the other direction, from the bottom up. Yet this process was fundamentally disadvantaged. Japan was becoming more democratic in spite of the oligarchic Meiji constitution, not because of it. Imperial advisors, the Privy Council, the Diet's upper house, and most importantly, the military were autonomous, outside of any form of popular control. The emperor and his advisors still got to appoint the prime minister and his cabinet. Choosing them from the lower house and the political parties was merely a novel convention, not a rule. Expansion of suffrage meant
Well, they have to make sure they keep, it's not legally, but they have to make sure they keep the plebeians in their place. You know what I mean? Like, you have to keep the nobility happy, and then you make the citizens happy, but you don't mix them. And that's what they're doing right now. And that usually gets people clustered in their, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes them stupid, pretty much. Because, again, they think they're better than everybody, and then gets a klepto shit going. Well, I lost my train of thought. I
only
ain't that
so
good at
much
this.
under these conditions.
Fuck me.
So, Japan was at a crossroads, with real democratic progress made, but a lot left to go. Further democratization was possible, but it would depend on the civilian government and political parties remaining popular, proving themselves capable of solving the nation's problems and confronting those who sought to revoke the people's power. But as the Roaring Twenties drew to a close, the cracks already began to show. Corruption long plagued the unaccountable Meiji oligarchy, but the expansion of the
does every
Japanese
government.
electorate didn't seem to change the problem. Elected representatives proved eager to leverage their newfound power into bribes from Japan's massive industrial firms looking for lucrative government contracts. Moreover, competing parties did little to offer competitive policy visions to the public, instead focusing on exposing their rivals' corruption. And finally, every time a party was in power, it used its authority to tilt the electoral playing field in its favor, ensuring that no
So, basically, they were going through our, like, 1800s industrial, where we had, like, the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts or whatever the fuck. Alright.
No election held during this period was truly free or fair. As one leading Tokyo newspaper put it at the time,
The political parties have almost completely neglected to engage in debate and examination of national policies and instead make frantic efforts to expose scandals and look into the secrets of their enemies.
it was a cycle of hypocrisy and naked self-interest that generated skepticism among the public and fertile grounds for the rejuvenation of the revolutionary ethos of Sono-Joi, revere the emperor, expel the barbarians, especially among the officer corps of the military. Yet corruption and incompetence was merely the beginning of Japan's problems. By 1930, the Great Depression had made its way across the Pacific, and Japan was hit hard. Within a year, in rural areas,
that makes me kind of happy but sad that the whole world is so interconnected that one country goes down, all countries go down. That's fucked.
Peasant household income dropped over
One major
50%,
country.
while industrial production fell by more than 25%. In this era of hardship, a rash of tenant and labor disputes broke out, creating a sense of deep social unrest. The civilian government and the Diet proved unable to manage the crisis, refusing to pass any relief program for stricken farmers or the urban unemployed. Yet the most devastating incident for Japanese democracy would happen beyond its borders. Since their victory in the Russo-Japanese War in 1905, Japan had maintained an army garrison here, in the Chinese region of Manchuria, to guard one of their prizes, a critical railroad line. But by 1931, one staff officer was tired of serving as a mere railway guard. Ishiwara Kanji had bigger dreams, for himself and for Japan. He was convinced his nation had an international imperial destiny, and that it was locked on a path to conflict with the United States and China.
Well, honestly, they should have joined the United States. But they were already allied with Germany, I guess. But, I don't know, my dream team would be fucking Japan, United States, Russia, and there's another one I can't think of at the moment.